Time. Showtime
Time
at the Cannabis Closet. First things first.
podcast. We're just gonna start making up our own intro music.
Yeah, we'll just start
We'll
singing on the way in.
We'll have to just start pick a genre or a style and see
just
what we
start
can come up
singing,
with.
yeah.
I mean, I am
Mhm.
not musically inclined like that. Like I did play the flute when I was in junior high.
I played the recorder like every 80s kid.
I did the recorder, but I was a band kid for a year and a half.
I didn't do it.
And I did play the flute.
That's nice.
I did not
Can
play
you
the
still
jazz.
play the flute?
You know, if I picked it up, I could probably make something happen and I could probably figure it out again, or quickly pick it up. Yeah. But to learn the notes again and everything like that, no.
You're not going to be like Lizzo.
And I am not a musical composer. I am not a jazz flautist.
Jazz flautist, is that what they call them?
I don't know. I don't know. Flutist, flautist. Yeah, my band teacher was very highly upset when I told him I was going to be a cheerleader instead.
So that means you might have had some, like you had some skill if he was upset about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah.
If I still lived in the Midwest and grew up in Oklahoma, I probably most definitely would have been a band geek because that was the cool thing to do.
Really?
And yeah, like where I was at, competition band was a friggin' thing. It was amazing, like drum corps and all that crap.
Wow.
That's what is that movie with what's his name? Drumline.
Oh, I love that movie. I wish band had been cool.
How it was. It was cool to be in band.
Like yeah, maybe the band people thought it was like that, but it definitely wasn't like that.
It was a whole thing because they did like full-on shows. I mean, this one, yeah, and they had big competitions where everyone would come together. All the different schools would come, and they would do these big ass band like show.
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
but where did you go to high school?
Where did I go to high school?
Yeah.
It's called Armwood High School in Thanodisassa, Florida.
And where?
Thanodisassa.
Where the fuck is that?
you more What's up, Florida or in Oklahoma? No, that is just outside of Tampa, Florida. It's like one of the little tiny towns. Gotcha. One of the cowtown farm towns or whatever. In between Tampa and Orlando.
Cool. I went to high school in Lancaster, South Carolina. Lancaster.
We
don't call it Lancaster out there. As a matter of fact,
I actually grew up in Zeffner.
My grandmother wanted to beat my ass every time I called it Lancaster, and I did it just to frustrate her. Lancaster. Also, because I just didn't want to have a Southern accent. I felt like it made me sound stupid. No offense to Southerners. That was a childish thought. And sometimes it does make people sound stupid, but that's probably because they are stupid. It has nothing to do with their accent. Or maybe little.
It's phonics and where you're from. I
think that intelligent people speak different dialects, different, you try to give different, English dialects these different words or whatever. But honestly, I don't think that the dialect makes people stupid. I think stupid makes people stupid. Methner. She said Methner.
Oh, it's my sister. I was like, who said Methner?
What's up, Mar?
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Wait, is Mar an MJ also?
Yeah, our whole family is an MJ, our MJs, like parents and sisters. MJs.
So Southern accent. So you're saying that if somebody answers the phone with a Southern accent, that's more preferred as a person receiving customer service? That's my question.
Per survey done by customer.
Yeah, like is it like the customers prefer Southern accents? Okay, so
someone would prefer if I talk like this.
Everybody who's not on.
I was.
Yeah. Talking. So everybody who's not on Twitch, we got other MJ, Marla, in the chat. She is our sports person, and also she just joins us for support. But here's the conversation. Southern accent is one of the most accepted per customer survey. That was probably like 25 years ago, but just saying and then she comments on the MJ. So that's not, yeah, we already had that conversation. But yeah, so according to customers, then I wonder what that survey would look like now. I mean, I'm sure you could look it up or something. Is a Southern accent? I'll tell you what's not preferred.
The most accepted for me is someone not giving me attitude after I've already told them my social date of birth and name 10 times. And then I tell them, I have told you this several times. So
I feel like I just want to understand the conversation. I want to understand what you're saying, and I want you to understand what I'm saying. And sometimes I think that sometimes it's on us as the customer. We don't want, like, whatever you're saying doesn't sound right or whatever the case. But a lot of times when you call customer service and you're trying to like tell them what's going on and then they interrupt you. My hair is just everywhere. Oh. And they just interrupt you and then they don't know what's going on. And like, I'm just like, no, I get mad. I used to just hand the phone to my husband when stuff like that. I would just be like, I can't talk to you. Actually, I can't say I used to do it because I definitely have done it at least 3 years ago. At minimum 3 years ago. We were in where were we? We were in Utah. No? Yes, we were in Utah, and our car broke down for the millionth time on this very long road trip that we were on. We were on like a 19-day road trip for Christmas, and we broke down on the side of the highway, and I called the tow company that the Nissan dealership used because we were in my Xterra, and they literally had no idea. Like, you live in this town, you live here, you work here, and further, you work here in a transportation mode. Like, you go pick cars up and you go, like, you drive around, and could not communicate to this person where on the highway we were, even though we were near a major exit that would have taken us to the airport or something like that. And yeah, bless your heart is it could go either way. It depends on the circumstance.
Well, I think that too. Yeah, it depends on how they're saying it to you. So if someone's like literally like, bless your heart to your face, they're telling you to fuck off. Unless you're getting a real true bless your heart from a Southern grandma or
yeah. Usually it's somebody from the South calling you stupid. Oh, bless your heart. You're too stupid to understand this. That's what they say.
And I feel like the bless your heart is definitely to like a Georgia, South Carolina thing. Like Florida, it's more like Florida will just tell you to just straight, Florida is a whole different South. It is not the gentlemanly South.
No. Florida's a different kind of South. I wouldn't even call them Southern, even though they're in the South. I don't know. That's just me.
I agree.
I don't know that they're necessarily Southern.
If for everyone that's tuning in, you are here with Canna Queen and MJ on the Cannabis Closet podcast, but we are just working Wednesday. We're hanging out and chatting, so feel free to jump in here and chat away with us, share, and we don't really.
If you're interesting enough, we might even bring you on.
I mean, we're sitting here talking to sister, and I get to talk to her every day. So. I am working on packing another bowl and also
our Monday flyer.
Our Monday flyer. Do we want to talk about Monday flyer?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Not talking about it.
Maybe we talk. Yes, we talk about it. Should we talk about it? You guys want to know what's happening on Monday? I mean, it would be good advertisement.
See who joins in, who hears the show later and says,
"Oh, I want to watch that."
Ooh, who's here?
We're having guests.
We will have guests Monday
again. Yep. Hey, say hi if you're here. It looks like 3.
Sister just sent me an article of these are apparently the top 10 least sexy accents according to a 2020 study.
What's up, Dusty?
Oh, it's not an actual link, sister. It's just, hold on, I gotta copy this.
Oh, is it just a picture?
No, it just doesn't take me to the link. I gotta paste it.
This I must hear.
Okay, yes, I accept your stupid cookies.
Cookies. What's up, Kelly? How you feeling? I hope you're doing well.
Hey, Kelly.
Kelly's out in Oklahoma. Dusty's out in Arizona.
What part of Oklahoma, Kelly?
She's in Oklahoma City or near there.
Okay. I grew up in Broken Arrow.
I met up with Kelly, actually. We hung out
for the first 10 years of my life. Let's see.
Did you get it?
Yeah. So there's actually a top 50 sexiest accents in the USA, but this Narcity.com just pulled out the 10 worst. So
10 worst accents in the United States. In the United States, in the world.
United States.
Here we go.
Do we want to take bets on do we want to take on the bets on the unsexiest?
Okay, I just want to say before we list these that this is not our list. We didn't make this list. We just reading it.
We're just reading this list. It's not the opinion of the Cannabis Closet.
Not at all. Not at all.
This is from Narcity.com, pulled from another.com,
yeah,
and this is not like an official study, people. This is a social study of all right. Does anyone want to like chime? What do you think? What do you think is the?
Is it like basic or is it like regional, like South Carolina or like?
No, it gets pretty. It does have a regional, but it's mostly by state.
Okay, so what state accent is the least sexy or the number 10? Let's say number 10 and then go up.
It says the unsexiest accent. It starts with the unsexiest and then goes from down.
It goes from the unsexiest. I thought that should be like this.
Do you want? I can scroll down and go from the bottom. Oh, but it does. Okay, let's. It gives me all.
Don't explain to me why you think that. It's like that's not something that needs an explanation. I don't know.
What is this doing? Hold on. Hate sick. This is stupid. 10th least sexy.
Least sexy. Midwest. Somewhere in the Midwest. Is it somewhere in the Midwest? Ha! Okay. Northern Midwest. Yes?
Yes, I guess I'd have to look at yes, but the way that it's listed here, I had to double think because it gets very specific.
Is this number 10 or number?
It says the 10th least sexy.
Okay, 10th least sexy is this the Midwest? This is the Midwestern one. Okay. Midwest, North Midwest or like more Southern?
I gotta look at the map.
Geography. It's not our friends in Missouri, is it? No. Okay, good. I think you would have given that away, actually. Let's see. Okay,
let me see. Sorry, I really did have to look at a map because in my head, I'm like, I know where it is. But in terms of what it's considered north, south, I'm like, but.
Kansas. Kansas.
It's on the, I guess it's not really it's like.
Okay, just tell me what it is.
Southern Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. Why didn't I think of Ohio first?
Well, but that's where I'm like, it's the edge of the Midwest. It's the beginning of the Midwest.
They're definitely like, they act a little Southern. Look, I got family in Ohio. No offense. I love y'all. They act a little Southern, but then they have like some Northern tendencies too. Like it's a weird situation. I would call that probably, I don't know. Okay. Ohio, number 10. Okay. So Then number 9. What is number 9?
See, this is this article is dumb. I hate it. It says, it goes, then it just says, it doesn't tell me 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. It just goes back to, it goes from 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 and up.
I don't know what you just said.
I don't either, because this says the 50 worst.
But I thought we were just doing 10.
I know, girl. The way that this one is fucking set up is dumb. I'm telling you. It says 50. It starts at 50 and then stops at 10 and doesn't give you the last 9.
What? Marla.
And then starts talking about the sexiest accents. And I'm like, shut up. I can't. So.
Sexiest accent would have to be, I would have to say, what is this? What do you guys think?
It gives the top 3 sexiest accents in the United States according to the poll. Do you want to do those?
Yes, the top 3 sexiest.
Texas is at number 1.
No, ma'am.
New York is at number 2.
I could get on board with
that. And Boston is
what part
3.
in New York? And Boston annoys me. I was gonna say Boston, but then like sometimes if it's too thick, it annoys me. No offense, Bostonians. I'll still talk to you. I love you. But okay, so I used to be sometimes I'm a mean girl. And I used to work with this guy in the Navy. We were in the Navy and he used to talk to me and I'd be like, I do not understand what language you are speaking right now. And he's from Boston. Says really thick Boston accent. And he would get so mad at me because I'd be like, I don't understand what you're saying. Are you speaking the same? Or are we speaking the same language? Like, he would get so mad at me. He'd be all right. He's kind of cute, but he was young. And I was young too, but he was way young. And so moving on. The Boston accent would have thrown me. I did date a guy. New York depends on where. I feel like. But a nice thick New York accent where you know they're from some part of New York, that's pretty sexy, I would say.
It says the unsexiest accent is New Jersey, coming in at number 50.
Ooh, sorry, Jersey.
Hard time.
But there's some places that just like they don't have. I don't feel like. Hey, next, do you guys feel like y'all have accents out there?
Then it says, then it has like an accent. Like then they go into like runner up Long Island, like specifically. Then it's like Floridian came in at 48th. So
is the least sexiest is Long Island?
Is the second unsexiest.
I would maybe agree with that. I dated a guy right before I went into the Navy who was from Long Island. I mean, his accent wasn't what turned me on about him. It was, I mean, I like that he was from New York, but.
So the third least, so bronze medal for the least sexiest is Floridian accent, which they describe as, the study describes as Midwest and Northeast with a hint of Southern. This does not include Miami, which is higher on the list.
Aubrey says New Jersey isn't necessarily ugly. It's just so damn annoying. I would say that about some Midwestern accents where they're super nasally a little bit,
like Janet from Friends.
Yeah, like it's super. It's
or like, what's her name? The nanny, Fran Drescher.
Yeah,
I love her.
Yeah, I love her too.
I love me
yeah, so that's interesting. I worked really hard to not have a Southern accent because I felt like it made people have already preconceived notions about me. And so I worked really hard and it annoyed me in high school. I went to high school in the South. So it really like, I didn't want to be there as it were. And so I just tried to like really separate myself from the whole idea of having like a Southern accent. But when I was a child, thick. And now I kind of just bring it back because it is really who I am. And I'm just really just accepting who I am. I grew up.
Like, I mean, I say y'all and every once in a while. I mean, like I said, I can talk Southern.
I can't. And if I get around somebody Southern, forget it. And my accent comes right back. It comes right back. So I was supposed to go to my class reunion this weekend. Actually, I was supposed to be on a plane on Friday.
Wow. And you're not,
I'm not going. It's not my fault. I was going to go. Then they canceled it because nobody else wanted to go either, because we're Gen Xers. Apathy all the way. We didn't give a shit about that reunion. I wanted to go. I wanted to see y'all. If y'all hear this, just so you know, I wanted to see you. I'm not coming there if I ain't got nothing to do. And I suggest for anybody, hopefully, maybe I'll send this maybe I'll post this so they can see the front part of it or whatever. So they can, I'll just be like, here's where I talk about y'all. Anyway, I would be down to come back south, but maybe not Lancaster, maybe or Lancaster, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. I'm a damn adult. But call it what you want. Call it what I want. But like maybe we meet somewhere like cool to hang out. Maybe we do like get some cabins in the mountains and like get down like that.
That'd be fun.
I mean, bring flowers, bouquets of flowers.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Or I'll find some. Y'all got flowers out there. I know I could find some out there. Some flowers. I know people who also know people. Yeah. So I'm kind of bummed a little bit because I was ready. I was ready to go see everybody. We almost 45. Some of us, I think we're almost 45. I think most everybody is still 44 or almost 44 and going to be 45 next year. And this was supposed to be our 25th high school reunion, but it was actually our 26th year because COVID last year, we graduated in 95. So, whoop, whoop. I don't know.
Oh yeah. You're right in between me and Mar.
Yeah, I am. And I don't mind being there, just to be honest. That wasn't innuendo. I like that we have when we sit down and talk, we have similarities, but then just like slight differences in our experience. And I kind of enjoy that. I actually extremely enjoy that. So, but yeah, so I'm kind of bummed about that. So instead, I decided that what I'm probably going to do instead now is I'm going to come to Denver. So I'm going to come to Denver, and I'm going to be there like a week earlier than I'm going to come see you. You're not in Denver, but we are going to be in Denver at some point, I think. Yeah, so I was just going to come out like for a week and just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the weekend before.
Going down for the concert.
Right? Yeah. Yes. My first Dead and Company concert. I'm pretty excited about it. So.
Where is it at? Is it at?
I think it's at Fiddler's Green, I want to say.
Oh, that'll be nice. It's cold.
It is going to be chilly. I agree with that. I hope it's not raining or there's no like precipitation.
Yes.
That would be best.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. You consider yourself the mom of the group? I would say so, because you are actually the mom of the group.
I know. Like
neither of us have children.
1 and 2 years older than us, but
she's only one
by far and way more adulting and
we get yelled at a lot, actually. It's true. And it's fine. I don't mind. I'm not complaining. She is the mom, though, for sure. 1,000. Because she's actually, you guys, She's actually the mom, though. She's the
She
one
is a
with the
mom.
kids.
Yes, she's the one with the kids.
And she's the
So,
cool mom too, in my opinion. Like the way your sister interacts with her kids is just like on the real and on the level. I guess you're in here, so I guess I'm talking to you too, but it's so on the real and on the level. And there's like discipline because they're the kids, right? But then it's also like, you know, you're also a human being and you're independent and like kind of do your thing, which I really you know, stop. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So and I've not met your oldest, but the kid that I have met is pretty fucking dope. So yeah, we stand Marla. We do. That's a compliment for anybody that doesn't know.
Yes, Marla has a 23-year-old.
She does. That's insane to me because look at us. Because look at us. We don't look like we should have kids in their 20s. Well, we don't have kids in their 20s, but like none of it, like literally there's it, you would be like, nah. Yeah. You know.
Right. And that's our show today, people.
And that's it.
We are just hanging out and chilling.
That's it. We're hanging. We're chilling out.
Work Wednesdays. You've gotten a lot of work done today pre-show. I waited till the show to do my work, so I'm sitting here now.
Listen, let's make this announcement. The first thing I did this morning was sign a contract.
And the first thing I did this morning was also sign that contract.
And so now we can announce that we are officially CQ LLC and
Yellow Kitty
have officially partnered and have become Queen Kitty. And we have lots of cool things coming out of that brand. So stay tuned for that. We actually have a meeting tomorrow to get that ball rolling, but we are officially partners and we are currently doing business right now at this moment in time, what you're watching as the Cannabis Closet podcast. But yeah, we're officially partnered as Queen Kitty.
The second science experiment is being handled differently. Yes. Round 2.
Yeah, well, you know, I feel like though both are productive enough members of society, or will be when the time is right. Yes. That's what happened. We took Canna Queen or CQ LLC, and we took Yellow Kitty, which is MJ's LLC, and we partnered them together today officially.
Oh yeah, light it up.
Oh wow. Up.
Hello to all those that have just joined us in the last few minutes. It's just Work Wednesday on the Cannabis Closet.
Say hi in the comments.
13 years. What up, Nexus?
Nexus, you hung out with us today twice. Oh, that reminds me. Let me put it in the chat since we got some people hanging out right now. If you guys would like to, and I saw somebody in there the other day while you were doing your yoga, and then right when I came in, that person left out, and I was like bummed because I was like really excited to like officially meet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's cool. So I was like, damn, they left. You're dying at that? Yeah, well, it was meant that way. It was meant that way. I want to say that when we told one of our business contacts our name while we're setting this up, the comment was, "Damn, that sounds like some powerful pussy." And I said, That's what we wanted to sound
That's
like.
what we're going
for. So it's working, and I'm glad that you like it, and that you like both. It's fantastic. Yeah.
So we'll be bringing some new things to you. So that's actually what we're doing today. I mean, after I get this other flyer ready for Monday's show, we got to put some ideas.
You did help create that idea. Thank you.
Yes, you did, sister. You were in that brainstorm.
Absolutely. So the other thing I did today was, and you did today too, or you did maybe last night, is we reached out to our guests for next week. We lined those up.
Yep.
I haven't sent the sketch over, but we have a digital artist on board, and we have our TCCP logo is pretty well in the works.
I think I think we got, Jesse's blessing to, use the art.
Shout out to Jesse. And we love him.
Yes. And hopefully maybe some new additional things from him coming soon. I did like the
superhero is a great idea.
I'm telling you, I hope he has time to develop that more.
Yes.
Me too. We can play around with that.
We want to be superheroes. I think that concept would look really good on our project that Queen Kitty is working on. So I think that concept of a superhero being superheroes. Maybe you guys work together on that, because he's, all strapped for time, and sometimes we are too, but together I think your concepts look great, and they're
I like
things we like and use.
I like taking his work and then just making it clean for the way that the smoothing it out, if that makes sense. Like,
I think you guys work well together in that in like creating those concepts. So I like it.
Yes, agreed.
If you're in here and you want to say hi, let us know that you're in here. We'd love to see you. I did share the Discord link in all of our channels. We're back live on Facebook today. Thank goodness.
Woo-hoo.
Felt like the early 2000s the other day. I didn't know what we were going to do. Talk to each other again. Jesus.
My goodness.
We'd have to start memorizing phone numbers and shit. It'd be like the 80s. Got it back. Facebook looks like it's dealing with some big shit.
What was that meme you read?
Are we going to discuss Free Britney? We absolutely can. Today's Work Wednesday, so we can discuss anything you guys want to discuss today. It does not have to absolutely revolve around cannabis or the cannabis industry. We just want a day where we can hang out with you, get some work done that we need to get done, and just chit chat a little bit. So let's talk about Free Britney. Let's talk about that one too. We'll talk about that too. That's frustrating. Which one should we talk about first? Okay. So trigger warning for everybody. I'm going to talk about the worst one first, because that way we can just, talk about it and, reflect for a moment and then try to smile again if we can. So today there was another school shooting in Texas. There were 4 victims of this shooting. I guess from what I've read, and I haven't read much on it, so I apologize for not having all of the information. But it was over a fight at school. There was a disagreement or something, from what I've read so far. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody else has any other details on that. We can certainly Google it too, I guess. But just, it starts that whole debate, right? And it shouldn't be a debate. This is the United States. And so there are some things that we should be united on. And listen, I'm progressive. I'm a very progressive individual. I am a pro-gun progressive. But I also think that with gun ownership or possession, there comes a certain level of responsibility that you have to be able to meet before you should be able to legally purchase or be in possession of a firearm, a deadly weapon meant to kill. That's what it's made for. Let's be clear about it. I know that people can get them illegally. That's not the argument I'm going to have with you. I don't want to have that argument. I will never have that argument with you. People do things illegally all the time, right? People ride around. Okay, this is way different than guns, but people ride around without their seatbelt on all the time. That's illegal, right? And some of those people die from those consequences, right? And that's the way it is. And some people, you know, might get a ticket for that as a consequence, and that's how it is. We're talking about owning something and possessing something that is meant to kill. That's what it's meant for, is what's made for. So yeah, there should be some stipulations around that, and I think we all need to agree on them. And then it makes it harder for those illegal purchases to happen. They still are going to happen. It's not going to eliminate it, right? Creating a law doesn't eliminate people breaking the law, doesn't fully eliminate that, but it does make it more difficult for people who are not normally lawbreakers to be able to get their hands on these things. Does that make sense? I don't know. What do you think, MJ? Do you have an opinion on this? It doesn't matter if you don't, but some people don't like to talk about it.
I am all for owning guns in terms, and I am all for the process. I think that people are going to access them illegally, but I think that I would also like to be able to own a gun, and I'm not able to because I'm a cannabis user, or have a concealed permit, concealed carry. I believe in gun education. If you're going to own a gun, you should be required. If you're going to buy a gun, you should be required to be certified to carry that gun. So gun training class, where we have to be licensed to drive. Why shouldn't we be licensed to carry? And that means knowing how to use your gun, knowing how to store your gun, knowing how to all those things.
Knowing how to take your gun apart, clean your gun, put it back together, where to store, how to store ammo.
How to educate your children on your gun and what they can do.
And requirement to have somewhere to lock, like a lockbox situation where it's out of,
I think the understanding that guns are real, that's not what you see on the video games. This disassociation that they have, that goes on because of access to, the type of games we have access to now. It changes that as well, of people's perception of what guns can really do. And, especially in areas where gun violence isn't real, there's in major cities, the gun violence to small city ratio, I'm sure
where you don't experience it every day.
And I've been fortunate to not ever be in an area where that is, not to say that the school shootings and types of things couldn't have happened back, at that time. I mean, actually, the school that I went to in Thenodisassa, they the boys that parked in the back of the parking lot in their big trucks all had their rifles lined up in the back of their cars. They had their gun racks, and that was the thing, and that because that was Florida. That's the Seffner, Florida, where we grew up, and hunting and being a good old boy is a thing, and but that came along with education and a reason to have those guns.
Right. I mean, I believe in education around anything that we're doing, so that we understand the consequences of our actions. We understand this is not something, this is something that is dangerous. It can be dangerous. And honestly, when we educate, it prevents, gun violence and gun deaths, right? And so what I mean by that is, think about another, again, trigger warning, and I'm so sorry, but how many children we lose to gun violence and gun death and gun death in general. And it's because the gun wasn't locked up. It wasn't stored properly. It's not a proper supervision situation, whatever. And not victim blaming at all, but we could prevent those by educating and talking and making sure that it's understood, like what's understood about this is very dangerous. And anyways, so I don't want to spend too much time on that because that's a really touchy subject. Feel free to share your opinions in here. Be respectful of each other, because when we talk about things like this, it can get a little tense. So I just want to make sure that we maintain respect. We're going to move on to a more upbeat story in the Free Britney situation. Everybody's talking about Free Britney. Her dad's conservatorship has been suspended, right? Is that where we're at now? It's been suspended. News correspondent Marla, sister.
Yes, sister, can you send me the link on that? She did send me a CNN link, just updating on the Texas shooting, that the 4 people that were injured, 2 were shot and 3 were hospitalized. Is that?
Yes.
Am I saying that right? Oh my God, it didn't sound right. All 3 of those are expected to survive. One is in intensive care and is now out of surgery.
Okay.
And the person is in custody.
Yes. I believe it was over an argument or a fight or something at school.
Yeah, I didn't give those. That was just CNN's update on it.
I think that, like, aside from, having a discussion about implementing like gun laws that are listen, send a link on that. I want to talk about that.
I should be doing the Googling. Sister is great with the headlines, but getting me the headline, I'm having to copy and paste. It's not clicking.
Here's what I want to say about like making laws about a specific item aside. Okay, making laws around that item aside. We have to really. Women are guilty of this too, but literally and seriously, we have to teach our children how to handle conflict without being violent. We have to do that. That would prevent so much of the violence that happens, domestic violence and gun violence and violence, deadly weapon violence in general. So from a woman's perspective, and listen, I know I've been known to freak out, trust, okay? I have a temper. I get it, but there's a point where you just got to I don't know. Sometimes I see men reacting to the slightest little, you can't have a differing opinion. You can't say, no, I'm not interested. You can't, I don't know. You just can't do anything around some of these guys. They get so angry so quick. And again, I don't want to just gender this. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry that I've done that already. I want to take it back a little bit, because people in general are capable of this behavior. And we really have to just really, myself included, have to stop and think about how we're about to react to a situation. Because honestly, being violent towards one another and screaming our faces off is not the answer. It's not the answer. And I'll watch these like where these, and like, listen, if you're a young man or woman, listen to me. Do not think this is cute. This is not cute. Okay. If you make a little off comment about something and your significant other, your partner in crime right now, your partner in life doesn't like how it sounded, or there's like a peak of jealousy, if you're guilty of this too, really consider like just taking a breath. The reactions aren't cute. Jealousy is not cute. I have been so green in jealousy, and when I think back on it, it is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And I don't know, maybe if we start them young with meditation and teaching them on how to resolve conflict without being physical or being even verbally or vocally outrageous, belligerent even. We gotta start when they're young kids. And also, somebody posted on their Facebook, I saw it come across my feed the other day, that they had wanted to raise their child. They didn't want to raise their child in a broken home, but I guess I failed at that, or something like that. It was how it was written. And I was like,
I saw that one.
Like, that's society's definition of a broken home to start with. First of all, separation of two individuals who cannot come together for, the betterment of this child, is probably the best thing for the child. And so we don't want, the reason I brought it up is because it's better to raise your child in a single parent, or single parent with support, right? You usually have family support, like a grandmother or, whatever, aunts, uncles, people come together a lot of times. It's better to raise them in that environment than in a toxic environment where there's like this all the time, because then that's how they learn to handle conflict, right? And we don't want to teach young kids to repeat our patterns. So with that, Brittany's dad has been fired.
Yeah. Ended. That's Marson the People article. After 13 years and months of contentious court filings, Britney Spears' father, Jamie Spears, has been suspended as the conservator.
So is that a permanent suspension then? I'm assuming.
Yes, and formally appoint a temporary successor.
So wait. What does that mean? Somebody else is going to take over? I mean, is it going to be another situation like that? Like what rights does this young girl have? I'm gonna call her a young girl. Is she younger than me? I don't know. What rights does I think she is. Anyways, she's in her 30s, right? Want to say?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What rights does she have as an adult woman? Does she have to have this conservatorship? I mean, what? And if this one went unchecked as it did, who's to say that, like, how is she going to trust that anybody appointed to this is going to be respectful of what it's for and what their limitations are without holding her hostage and making her perform like a circus animal,
right?
So that they can make more money.
Exactly. So I'm reading the article right now as you're Sister, I'm going to answer you while I'm talking because I'm not going to text you. I will be deciding if I'm going to be driving down to Denver as I finish up the show, as I have to pack up all my shit. You know how it goes. So if I do end up coming down there, it would probably be later after dinner time.
Okay.
And probably people are like, you shouldn't put that stuff on the internet, but whatever.
it's I think you're fine.
Let's see. So as of right now, the conservatorship is still there.
Uh-huh.
And I guess Brittany's longtime care manager, Jody Montgomery, is going to remain her personal conservator.
Wait, is she the one? Wait, I watched this documentary, or the one single part of it or whatever. Is she the one that Brittany likes and trusts, or is she the one that was already on a team?
I don't know. This is just what this article is saying. And I skipped over some of the
because there's one woman who had been like on her team from like when she was young, and they were like thick as thieves, and then the people that were part of the conservatorship and like doing the whole hostage situation thing with her, or whatever we're going to call it, they pushed that woman kind of out. They were like, she doesn't want to talk to you, so they like separated them. But I wonder if it's that woman or if it's one of the people on the team that caused that separation to happen. Who knows more about Britney Spears than I do? Because I am not.
You know a lot more than me, and I'm reading this article going, I don't know. It's a bunch of.
I only know anything because I'm on social media enough to see like little bits and pieces of it. And then I saw that little documentary because I was like interested in what it was all about and like what exactly was happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, what were they doing wrong? What was her situation like? I was interested in that.
So this sentence here, I guess, is where I'm like, what? The development in Spears's journey to regain independence comes weeks after Rosengart, which is a lawyer, and Jamie Spears both officially filed to end her conservatorship, with each claiming that it no longer served a purpose and should be terminated immediately.
But they did that, I think, after it started gaining attention and stuff. I think that they did that as a PR move. Yeah. What's up, Trisha? So I think that's what, I don't know that for sure though. I could be
right. He wants to end it, not be terminated. Semantics.
I just want to say for the record that if I said it and I didn't back it up with like a solid resource of where I got it, then I don't know. In this case, when it comes to pop culture, it could be true, could not.
Yeah, if you guys want to free Britney,
you can trust what I say about cannabis, but you can't trust what I say about Britney Spears.
Yeah. There we go. That was our other headline.
Oh, so the other thing that we have mentioned in here is that a team of more than 40 specialists believes it has identified the Zodiac killer, who was committing serial murders in San Francisco in the 1960s and taunting the police and the newspapers with like little coded messages and stuff. Like, you'll never catch me kind of thing. Zodiac is connected to at least 5 murders from 68 to 69. And like he's well known for taunting the investigators and media. Yeah. So they think they figured out who it is. I don't think it's named in here though. Maybe I'm going down. I just pulled this article up while you were looking at the other one. So I think that they believe, let's see, blah, 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 blah. There might be a DNA match even. So that would be good. They're not talking about what they have, which means that anybody else who comes to the table might have a reasonable argument that an outside organization's information is as valuable, if not more valuable, than what the police department has already done. So they're not sharing anything right now, I guess. But there's a possibility that the Zodiac has been identified. Oh, yeah, Post is the name in here. You're right. I did see that. I just scrolled past it. But they're not saying much else about it, and they're not sharing too much information about it. So yeah. I think from scars on the forehead is what they're saying, is how they identified too, like from pictures and some evidence. It's crazy. So we'll see what that brings. We'll see what that brings. But it's been happening a lot because also so was there's a couple of serial murders that have been apprehended and identified recently in the recent past, like this year, last year. I think it's because everybody was sitting home with nothing to do. So you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's like working on the cold cases. You got the
yeah. And so a lot of these, and they're like in their 70s and 80s and going to prison and shit for, what they did when they were young men. So I feel like too, sometimes when I'm looking at these like documentaries and stuff about these things and listening to the evidence that they have and listening to things that happen, I feel like a lot of times I'm like, man, they should have known that. Like, what do you mean they didn't know? Like, there's like so much common sense that's missed. But with time, I guess we figure it out. So we have all of this new technology and ways to look at, and like if somebody were to act a certain way now, we would be like, that's creepy as fuck. But back then, it might have just not even like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but like when you hear the story in now time, you're like, wait, that's creepy as fuck. Why didn't they think about that? And it's just because nobody was on that kind of an alert. And I feel like we're on more of an alert too. So yeah, because now we know. Now we know. Got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Oh.
Before the West Coast kids celebrate with us. No, celebrate anyway. I just did a little quarter there. So I made a statement yesterday that I feel like is argumentative. I'm going to make it here again today.
Okay.
Okay. You're like, I don't know what it is. And it is this. Y'all, if Tom Hiddleston did not have an English accent, he wouldn't be hot. At all. He would just...
I have to Google who this person is because...
He's Loki. Google it.
Okay, I know who Loki is. Okay. Okay.
I'm all yelling. He's Loki. I'm mad
so I just say, like, I don't know the actual person's name, like, necessarily sometimes,
Like, I had to ask his name last night, actually, because I just kept calling him Loki. We weren't not watching any Avengers movies or any Loki. No, there was no Marvel happening in that. I was watching Crimson Peak, and I don't think... Listen. I think if I lived in the 1800s, if my soul embodied...
No, girl, he's pretty good looking.
No way. Without the accent, no way.
I mean, if you're looking at him as Loki, then no, not good looking. Like Loki, no. But all these other pictures, I'm like, oh yes.
No. What? I'm looking again, but I disagree. No, I mean, no way. No way without the accent he looks. I mean, if I just see this picture, I'm like, no. What is it? Swipe left or right when you say no to somebody? I don't know.
I don't know.
Whichever way you're supposed to swipe to say no. If I don't hear this man's voice, he gets a no swipe from me. Hey, it's 420 on the West Coast. So light them if you got them.
420 West Coast.
Happy 420 West Coast. So swipe left. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. He would need to be in full costume with an accent. In Crimson Peak, he has an accent. I'm not gonna give it away, but it was an interesting movie. I think I would have if my soul was inside of a body in the 1800s, which I imagine it might have been. I'm gonna say that it must have been a man because God, with the ruffles. This girl woke up with ruffles around her neck. No. I can't do it. With ruffles around your neck, I can't do it.
I mean, are you just like ears, the coverage in terms of like what they're
like lots of big poofy fabric everywhere. And spoiler alert, there is a sex scene and she has like 50 layers of clothing on. Like she's lifting the skirt up so that she can get on top and
oh girl, I mean, I'm only
she's still got the whole like corset thing and like millions of like layers of this like fabric and just like
I think that designer maybe like that embellished that.
Meanwhile, he's ass out in the scene, like he's
right. No, like
yeah, he ain't got no ruffles everywhere. And then like everything was like ruffles, except spoiler alert again. There's this bathtub scene where she gets out of the bathtub and she puts on this garment. It's like crocheted. Like that's not going to cover anything up. What is that?
Yeah. I like when they put the cheesecloth, robe on. I'm like, cool. So now it's like completely drenched and now she's in a wet robe. Like awesome. Like,
yeah. That doesn't sound like it's comfortable.
It's better when they just drop the big ass fur on the like, here you go, blah.
Yeah. It was a weird movie and it made me decide that I don't know if I could be an 1800s person.
1800? No.
There's too many ruffles involved.
No.
The men wore high heels probably and wigs. The women wore a million ruffles. None of that sounds comfortable to me. The only reason I say I would have to be a man because at least they was wearing pants. And I feel like most comfortable wearing pants. Or not wearing pants. But like when I'm dressed, anyways. It was an interesting movie. If you like a little period piece
It's a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay. I'm like, I could maybe get down with that. I don't know if I'm ready to get
it's in the Hulu. Is it in Hulu? Hey, I know you're watching because I can hear myself echoing out there. Listen, is it in Hulu? Was it in Hulu that we watched that? Or
you said Huluween earlier, I think.
I think it was in Huluween.
But I thought you said you were watching Netflix, and so I was like, it didn't make sense. I mean, not that it would have made sense because I thought you said Huluween is also a thing in Florida where you it's like a Halloween thing for festival type thing. But
that sounds way more fun than this. What Hulu's trying to do. It was on Netflix though. I still stand by what I said, that Tom Hiddleston is only hot because he has an accent. It's okay to disagree. You're allowed to around here. So we're going to be putting a flyer out. I guess we'll say it's the end of the show.
I'm almost there. What time is are we ending the show right now?
We got probably in the next few, probably 5 more, 10 more. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Minutes.
You know me. I mean, I got to just drop in the dates. I got the picture. I got the things. I'm just typing in the text.
So join us on Monday. We've been holding it for the whole time. This thing is still going. It's because it's Keith. Keith Cake. Join us on Monday. We're going to have some special guests to come on and talk to us about the fungus among us. We're going to talk fungus on Monday.
Silly session.
Silly Sibens. Silly sessions. Silly Saturdays. Fungus Fridays. But this time it's going to be on a Monday. Mushroom Monday. That's what we're doing. Mushroom Monday. So come hang out with us on Monday for sure. We're going to be putting out a little flyer if you want to share it with your friends and on all of your social media. Let everybody know. Come on and join us. We're not just be talking about the magical ones. We'll be talking about other mushrooms as well. The amazingness of mushrooms. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited about our guests. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting conversation. Hopefully get new laws that come through soon.
I mean, that's something to keep the eyes on, everyone. And I want to do, looking more into what's going on and where we're at. But there's definitely the science behind it and what people are doing, what is being and why it's being cleared so that research can be done. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and the research is out there from, decades, not decades.
Centuries?
Not centuries, decades.
Decades, centuries, wherever. A long time.
But not too long ago. You know what I mean?
I think that, well, at least the use has been for forever. The science is starting to catch up now. And we're starting to see more states come on board with, organic, medicinal psilocybin. So I like seeing that. So we're going to talk about that on Monday. It's exciting. I'm super stoked about it. Talk about microdosing and macrodosing and probably identifying certain types of mushrooms and growing certain types of mushrooms. What you might need for that, what the laws are going to be looking like, if there's any kind of legislation coming through. Specifically, we're talking to people that are in Colorado just to keep it real and transparent. But, a lot of things happen out west that travel east. So just keep your eyes on those kinds of things. Everybody hydrate, because it sounds like I need to, right? Here we go. And yeah, do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
No, I'm exhausted and I
not at all.
Had my little bout of food poisoning, and I'm just like
chilling. Oh yeah, how are you feeling?
I mean, I'm fine. It was the weirdest thing. It's not like I was like over the toilet like all night long or anything. It was literally like I was laying. I got home. I'm sitting here. I ate some other food. I ate some tater tots and shit.
Yes.
And I'm chilling on the couch, and all of a sudden I felt weird, so I go to the bathroom, get up and wash my hands, and then I was like, I turn around and I just vomited. And I vomited up something that I had eaten earlier in the day that obviously didn't make its way through my stomach, and was like, nope.
No, we gotta get out of here somehow.
Yeah, and it came up and out, and I felt like crap, and I felt like crap, and so I went and I laid down.
Yeah.
So more bodily, like body wise, I'm like meh.
Tired. Yeah. It's exhausting.
But I mean, I thank God I'm not vomiting over the toilet all. Oh no.
Oh my God, that would have been a horrible day.
I mean, I'm grateful. Thank you. Whatever good tummy thing you got going on, that was like, just get it out.
It's the weed. We're just gonna, the good things happen because of the cannabis.
Yep. Oh,
that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I love wood. Ash right onto not an ashtray.
I have a pair of leggings that got ashed on, and now they have a hole in them, and they're a pair of my favorite leggings. And it's like right near the crotch too. There's a hole.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like,
it's not even like you can put a patch on it.
No, it's like right there. So
just wear the same color underwear so that
I do that, but I try to wear like a longer shirt over it.
There you go.
It's so funny how my tastes have changed, because I promise you, 10 years ago, or probably longer than that, probably like 13 years ago, I would have told you that leggings are not pants. But in fact, mine have pockets. So, past Farah can fuck off, because current Farah is correct.
Current MJ is like moving away from wearing pants at all and figuring out how I can get through the winter without wearing waistband pants.
Nice.
Maybe coveralls.
Anybody want to throw a suggestion our way? You can hit us up at the Cannabis Closet.
I have onesies. I might just, rocking out the onesies all winter long.
She's going to wear onesies for the rest of her winter lives. That's
for the rest of my life. I mean, in summer, I just have my boo-boos. I have dresses, like
moo-moos and onesies. CannabisCloset420@gmail.com. If you want to hit us up, talk to us about anything, make some suggestions about what you'd like to see on the show. We do listen to your suggestions. Just because that show hasn't come up yet, that doesn't mean we're not listening. It just means that we haven't put it together yet. So I promise you, we are listening to you. If you would like to catch us live anytime, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays at 4:20 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Do the math on that. Let's see. That's 3:20 on the West Coast, 4:20 in the mountains, 5:20 Central, and 6:20 on the East Coast. That's on Mondays and Wednesdays. If you can't catch us live on Mondays and Wednesdays, but want to catch us later, you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play. Check out our Instagram page, Cannabis Closet 420. Follow us there. We are doing a giveaway for 1,000 followers, right?
And Instagram. Yes.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Got a flyer for that too, working.
Okay, awesome. So we are doing a giveaway. This little piece right here, name it to claim it. Once we reach 1,000, we're going to do a live giveaway right here on the show. So definitely check out our Instagram, Cannabis Closet 420. And I think that's it. I'm going to put our Discord right back there in the comment section. Chat. There it is. Put that Discord in there if you ever want to join us on Discord. We're usually there every morning, and sometimes we show up after the show. So come hang out with us and smoke a blunt with us. We would love to see you, meet you, and have a little chat. Anything else? I think that's everything.
No, I'm getting high.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this flyer. I've got some other things I got to catch up on and decide if I'm going to drive down to Denver.
Yeah, I already know what you're going to do. You already know what you're going to Mostly.
I mean, it's a lot of hours, but like if I were to just meet to drop off Bear at 10:30, then I've got 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
3 to get ready. 2 to drive. We'll see what happens.
I was gonna make a song out of it, but then I couldn't put 3 to get ready for. I was like gonna put a little tune to it.
So we'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna finish this flyer, finish our Insta flyer, and then what happens in my brain when I say that I'm going to leave my house is then I go into OCD cleaning mode.
Yes.
Otherwise, like fucking shit everywhere, but you're leaving. Oh, nope. You got to clean the whole damn house.
You got to do everything.
Cool. Awesome. So it just depends on how much my brain decides it wants to do that or not, or if I'm just going to pack my shit and go.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that decision.
Decisions.
Everybody. Thanks for joining us on Work Wednesday. We got some work done and we got some chit chats done and we got some blunts smoked and it was a great day.
We hope you got some work done and
or not. I mean,
or not. We hope you. Thanks for tuning in and not working on Wednesday. Hey. Please follow and share and like and our Insta. I've been posting more pictures on Insta. If you want to. I see more social. Yep, that's where it's at.
That's where it's at. You guys be nice to yourself. Put your mask on before assisting others. Take care of yourselves out there.
Cultivate love.
Oh, and as always, stay lifted.
Stay lifted.
Stay lifted.